Most likely some of you went to school. You may have gone to college and graduated. You know, I used to think when I graduated from college that my education was over and it was time to go to work. Of course, I was 22 at the time, and I still thought that I knew everything that I needed to know. Well, the older I get, and no matter what I seem to do, I seem to keep getting older, the more I realize that I need to keep learning. I need to keep my education going. Now, I'm not in school anymore where somebody is actively teaching me as a part of a class. And so, because of that, I must strive to educate myself. And so what I want to encourage you to do in this video is to educate yourself, even if you're not going to school anymore. Education never stops for a truly successful person. They're always learning. Sometimes tackling subjects and skills that have nothing to do with what they do for a living. Now, perhaps you are a budding musician, you're learning to play, or you're a teacher in a homeschool setting or in a classroom. Well, there's a lot that you can learn that will enhance your life and your work and your life as a musician. Now, I'm not talking about how-to books on how to play the piano, how to teach music, how to learn about the music business. These books are all important. But I want to talk to you about how to make yourself a well-rounded person. Just about the basic concept of continuing your education on your own, developing an appreciation for learning. Why should you never stop learning? Well, here are some of the benefits that are to be gained from continuing your education, from educating yourself. First of all, you'll get your brain in better shape. It may sound strange to say it that way, but your brain works like a muscle. You've got to use it or lose it. Your brain power increases when you make it work to assimilate new information and learn new skills. Your ability to concentrate increases. Your memory grows sharper. And you develop valuable self-discipline that flows into other areas of your life. The same self-discipline developed through mastering a new subject or acquiring a new skill, you can use that discipline to sustain a successful fitness program or improve your relationships with your loved ones. Another benefit of educating yourself is you'll discover the true nature of learning. Many folks think of learning as something to get through, something to finish so they can go on with life. Maybe you felt that way when you were in school. I can't wait to get out of here. But actually, life is learning. We learn all the time by doing. So if you're just starting to play an instrument, for example, try not to think of it as learning to play, because then that implies that you're not really playing, you're just learning. From the minute you first pick up the instrument, or in this case, you sit down at the instrument and figure out how to make a sound with it, you are playing it. And then you keep playing, and you keep figuring things out. You learn to read music by determining, and often you do this with the help of an able teacher. You determine, what do all those black dots on the page mean? What do I do with them? And you learn by trial and error how to take those little dots and translate them into music. You learn to play an instrument by playing the instrument. You learn music by playing music. There is no other way. Another benefit of continuing your education, if you keep at it, you'll begin to see that you are not as limited as you think. Age doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. As a human being, you are a marvel. You are unique. You have the capacity to learn anything. Einstein once stated that anyone could master any subject if they studied it for 15 minutes a day. It may take months. It may take years, but any subject can be mastered. What do you want to learn? What subjects have always interested you but seem too hard? What skills do you want to acquire? You don't need to abandon the rest of your life to do it. You just need 15 minutes a day. And this is so valuable. If you want to teach your children, for example, you can learn and then teach what you've learned. Another benefit of educating yourself, you will learn to banish the phrase, I can't, from your mind and from your life. Don't say, I can't learn this, I'm too old. I can't find the time, I can't do it. If you keep expanding your mind with constant learning and doing, you'll eventually stop saying, I can't. Other phrases and sayings that will go, see, I'm not very good at. I hear people say all the time, I'm not very good at music, I'm not very good at this. You don't want to be saying that. Don't say, I'm slow to figure things out, or this is out of my area of expertise, or I don't have a gift for this. I'll never be very good. I can't remember things well. All these negative statements and thoughts will fade out of your life when you become a lifelong, high-achieving learner. And still another benefit that you'll find as you continue your education. You'll find joy in the process of learning. Let's get back to the example of playing an instrument. Many musicians, they give up in the early stages because they observe others who are better. And they believe that no matter how hard they work, they'll never be good enough. You know, most musicians will not be virtuosos on their instruments. I've been a professional musician for over 50 years, but I am not what you'd call a virtuoso. There's a lot of guys who can play circles around me. But I do what I do, and I do it the best I can. Many of the most famous musicians in the world and many of the great songwriters, they're not virtuoso players, but they are accomplished musicians. They achieved what they did by years of hard work and study, and they continue to learn. They continue to educate themselves. I believe that anyone who finds joy in the learning process can master their instrument well enough to play for their own enjoyment and maybe even for others. I know you can do this. Now you may be thinking, well, all this stuff about learning, that's all well and good, but where does it start? Well, I can't give you a definitive answer. Everyone has different interests and aspirations. And I'm talking here primarily about music-related things. You tell me, what do you want to learn? Is there something you'd like to see me talk about here at Home with Music? Obviously, it's very music-oriented here on this YouTube channel. What would you like to see me talk about? If there's something I don't know much about, I'll learn all I can, and then I'll share what I've learned with you, and we'll learn together. Thanks for watching. I hope these words have been an encouragement to you. Please like this video. It helps the channel. And also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That also helps the channel. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.